Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. I'm having a little bit of a technical issue here. If it weren't for issues, stand by. So sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's always issues. Okay, let's try this again. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner. I've got a little short video. I guess I don't even really need to play it, but I'm going to play it anyway. I had to start everything over. Here we go. Are y'all ready to have some fun? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. The show will begin shortly. Thanks for joining us. Okay, now, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. My system decided it was going to shut down right at the wrong time. Welcome. I'm so glad you are all here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm here with a handsome young man by the name of Cole Stevens. Cole, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right.
That is so great. I can't tell you how excited I am to have you. I'm just making sure that everything is, I try to make sure that my phone is down so I don't echo. I'm loud enough without y'all having to listen to me echo. Yes, welcome to everyone. Let me turn this down. Okay, hold on. I'm so glad you are all here. Thank you so much for joining. That's what I get for talking too much, Cole.
Cole,
How are you doing tonight? Wow.
I'm doing all right.
That is so great. I can't tell you how excited I am to have you. I'm just making my phone doesn't want to turn down either. There we go. All right. So I hope everyone's doing okay on this beautiful Thursday night. Nothing big going on a Thursday night normally, but now there is. Carolyn's Corner Live, and I'm so excited y'all joined us tonight. I needed someone to do me a favor. I need someone to go on the web. Never mind. Thank you, Melba. It's making sure everything is working properly. Thank you so much, Melba. Thank you so much. Hello, beautiful. How are you? So I'm here with a great young man by the name of Cole Stevens, and I have been trying to get Cole on for months now, and I'm finally glad that you were able to join us.
Do it.
Yes, I'm so excited. Cole has been going to college in Baylor, in Waco, which as you probably know, that's my hometown. So I thought, cool, got to have Cole on here. Cole, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself? Introduce yourself while I try to get this straightened out.
Well, my name is Cole Stevens. I'm from Nacogdoches, Texas, and that's actually where I'm transferring to SFA so I can have some easier classes to actually focus on music. But man, I've always been singing in church, kind of always sang my entire life. I did choir in high school, that kind of a deal. And a good friend of mine, his dad played guitar for a living for a band for a while. And it was sophomore year of high school. And he was like, hey, you want to start learning the guitar with me? My dad did it, we could do all sorts of cool stuff. So I started teaching myself then, and I got decently well at guitar, but it really stemmed from my grandfather, my mom's dad. He played around the Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana area. Him and my family, older generation, they went around and toured and did gospel music.
Wow.
So I in that kind of scene for my younger childhood. He ended up actually passing away back in 20, man, that would have been 2017.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. I know it's hard.
It's all right. It was hard at first, but it definitely gets better knowing he's in a better place, though.
I agree. Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, you're fine. But yeah, that just kind of just stemmed from him. He shied away from doing a full music career just to kind of support my mom's family and everything for a long time. So he never really got to do it for a living. And I started mid high school. I was like, okay, maybe I can start trying to write songs and do stuff. And then I ended up getting the opportunity to do a couple gigs. And now I have 2 songs out on all platforms. And
wow,
play that I've always wanted to play at. So
that is so awesome. And I can't even imagine how thrilled you are. I mean, you have to be. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. So you're following in his footsteps and you're trying to take it even further than he did because you're writing your own songs and you're playing to live crowds. And I've seen a few of your posts. Some of these crowds you're playing to have quite a few people in them, don't they?
Yeah, there's been really good crowd so far. And honestly, I surprisingly had a big following. I have a really good like friend group, family group here, and a lot of them listened in. And then I got whenever I released those first two songs, I could use some Raymond Bonfire. They both got picked up by some playlists that I actually followed the Instagram of the playlist, and it had like 30,000 followers. So it ended up
Whoa.
from that a bunch of people. I was expecting on Spotify, you can see where your listeners are from, and I was
Right.
expecting all to be from Nacogdoches, but they were from Waco, Dallas, Houston. They were from all over the place, and it did really well for no promotion, no anything kind of deal, kind of just releasing it on a whim.
Yeah, I say it did. And that's how I found Cole for anyone who wants to know. Literally, I was scrolling through my Facebook and I normally don't do this. And something made me stop. He said, "Here's my latest single, your latest release." And it was only like, what, 20 something seconds of the song. And I said, "Wow, I like this kid's." I'm sorry to call you this kid's. I like your sound. I loved your sound. I loved your style, and I thought, oh, people are going to love you. I immediately said that. People are going to love you. And I'm a pretty good judge of character. I'm a pretty good judge. I don't know why, but I've just always, for some reason, I've got that ability. I can say, okay,
Thank you.
you know, you're welcome. I really love your style, your sound. And I can see that you're already playing for a lot of big audiences. So you're getting to open up for some pretty big guys as well. Tell us a little bit about a few of the people that you've opened for that people may be
So
aware of.
I've only got to open for a guy named Joey Greer. He's decently big now. He's from Orange, but he came here to SFA. I'd seen him play a couple times, and the big honky tonk here that gets all the big people to come and play. I know the owner of it, and just one day I think I was at my friend's house actually, and I got a call, and his name is Kevin White, the owner of Bonita Creek Hall. And he called me and he goes, "Hey, I know you play." I had done my senior pictures there with my guitar and everything. And
Nice.
so he's like, "I know you play and everything, and you're starting to do some of your own music. Do you want to come open for Joey?" And I was like,
Wow.
"Joking?" I thought it was joking. No, I ended up getting in there, and I think the ticket sales were something like 700,
Wow.
for there.
Hello, Miss Sarah. Wow. Yeah, the first thing I bet you did. Are you kidding? Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I have a mic set up for you, and be here at 3 o'clock for sound check. And it was like 1:45 that day. It
Oh,
was like, oh, I need
you
to go
didn't have
get
time to get
my car.
nervous then, really, did you?
Uh, yeah, I actually wasn't very nervous. I think it was just because it was such a sudden thing that I wasn't
Yeah.
very for it. And then this past, I don't know, it wasn't last weekend now, and now it's been 3 weekends ago, I got to open for Joey again in Waco, and now we actually sort of have a relationship, and I talk to him, and we do a few things together. So
Wow.
June 25th, I'll be playing with him at Bonita again, and we're going to try and sell it out this time.
Wow. So now you really need to advertise, advertise, advertise.
Yeah,
Man, how this place must hold a lot of people. What's it called? Bonita Hall?
Bonita Creek Hall.
Bonita Creek Hall. And where is
It,
that in Nacogdoches?
yeah, it's in
Wow.
Nacogdoches.
Must be a pretty big place, huh?
Yeah, so it can hold 850
Oh
people,
my
but
gosh.
it can Kevin White can get an extra officer there, and he can have them sit on the outside so it'll count their little porch area as included. So he can get up to 1,250 people in there.
Oh man. So now my goal for you is to get the place packed. That would
Yeah,
be so cool. Man, I can't even imagine how thrilling that is. And you know what I was going to say? I bet you didn't have a chance to get nervous. But in my opinion, I don't know. I think that if you're doing this is what I think. This is going to sound weird, Cole. But sometimes I think if you're doing what you know you're supposed to be doing, that God sent you to that, you don't get nervous because you're supposed to be doing it. Does
yeah.
that make sense?
And I know a lot of people have asked me that because I was in a speech class doing dual credit speech with some friends, and whenever I got up there, I was nervous, and they're like, "How do you get nervous talking?" You go up there, sing in front of hundreds of people, and be perfectly fine. I'm like, I don't know.
That's
It's
that
something
it's
clicks in my brain.
Yeah, something takes over. Maybe it's your what was it? Your grandfather? I'm sorry, your grandfather, your uncle,
Grandfather.
grandfather. It's your grandfather's spirit just saying, "Come on, here you go. Here's your shot. Don't blow it."
Yeah.
That is so awesome. I believe that he's looking down on you, man. I know he's got to be proud. That is such a big accomplishment. I can't even imagine looking out even to 100 people to sing to. That's a big deal. And you're a fairly young guy. I mean, you would think you'd get nervous, but like I said, if you're doing what you know you were born to do, maybe
Yeah.
it's your calling in
And
life. That's what you're
I
supposed to be doing.
kind of
I think
feels,
it's
and I feel like my philosophy behind it the past few months has been why I've been putting so much effort and time into it is because I'm like, I've had so many opportunities come to me that I'm like, if I wasn't at least meant to do something in music, I wouldn't have had the chances I've already had so far.
I agree with that. I completely agree with that. I think that I don't know in my own life, just with the music, the part of the music that I'm doing things. That's how I've been feeling lately. I told my husband I got to do it, and he's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "I can't even explain it. What I'm doing, promoting all these great artists, I have to do it. It's like, okay, I found what I'm supposed to be doing, And does that make sense? It's like, yeah, we got this. We're going to help people shine. That's what I call it. Boy, I'm getting a lot of static in my ear. I don't know what's going on with my mic. I might have to undo it. So I listened to a part of your songs, and I intentionally never listened to the whole songs. Sometimes that may be bad for me not to do that. But I don't like listening to all of the lyrics because I'm a songwriter, a lyricist myself. So I really appreciate the lyrics, of course, of a song. So I like to be as surprised as the audience is. So speaking of audience, I see a couple of different people that have commented. I see we have quite a few people on here. We have Sarah and Melba. Can someone else comment? Welcome, Sarah and Melba. Is anyone watching from our YouTube channel? Hold on, Cole. I like to interact with the people. I like to know who's on here because to me, without them, what's the point? If no one
Yeah.
is here listening, we're talking. Well, I talk to myself all the time. No, I'm just kidding. I try not to, but you would think. I laugh about it. I'm like, it's like I'm looking at myself, talking to myself in the screen. But I'm
Yeah.
glad you're in there, on there. So I joke and say you're kind of in there and on there. It's like you're in our little world.
Yeah.
So can someone comment for me anything and let me see if everything is working properly? I just have to make sure because we are doing live on our Facebook, on Cole's Facebook, I believe. We're on Twitch going live, and we're on YouTube going live, and we're on Twitter. And I'm not sure what Twitter looks like when we're going live, but I always like to do a little check real quick to make sure everything is working. Can someone else comment? I just want to make sure that we are right on track. If not, we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going either way. Okay. Melba said, hola. Hello, Miss Melba. Melba is a great friend, and so is Sarah, a great supporter. They've been here all the time. Miss Melba has bought like 3 of our shirts. She's such a doll just to support us, and I just love her for that. And Sarah's been here since day one, supporting us and watching almost every show, and I just love them. Thank you, ladies, for being here. And for everyone else that's viewing and listening, thank you so much for being here. So you have 2 different songs we're going to be featuring tonight. Oh, and this is my husband. If you see the one that says Carolyn Brett Wardwell, let me show you. He says, awesome. He is watching from the living room on the big screen, and it's almost our joke. I'm like, hey, so I can tell him to say, to do something. And he's like, he can't say he didn't see it. He's watching on YouTube right now, I believe. So thank you, Rosalinda. Thank you, sweetie. Sounds good. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want anything to interfere with this great song. So this first song that we are going to play, Cole, is called I Could Use Some Rain. I did listen to a little bit of this, and I was like, oh, but tell everybody out there a little bit about this song. I know you said you co-wrote it with someone. Tell them a little bit about that.
So it's kind of a long and convoluted story, but there's a guy from Nacogdoches. His name is Spence Pepper. And a few years ago, he moved up to Nashville to start doing studio drum and guitar recordings. And he's actually doing extremely well for himself. He hasn't announced it to the public yet, but he's about to go and be playing lead for a very, very big country artist now.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's friends with, we have a guy that works out here on our ranch that's one of my dad's better friends, and he grew up with him, and then he also knows my dad very well. And one time my dad just kind of mentioned to him, hey, my son, he's starting to get into the whole country music thing, and you need to get him up to Nashville and just teach him about the industry. So this past spring break, I went up there, and I was up there for 5 days, I believe, and he just showed me around, took me to different studios, told me about his experience and making connections and everything, and took me around to different famous spots and all this and that. And then the last,
Wow.
like, hey man, let's write a song. I was like, okay. And I was supposed to go to his house, but he got stuck in really bad traffic, so he actually ended up coming to my hotel room, and we wrote this song in just about 20 minutes, I think 20 or 30 minutes. But he was like, hey, what do you want to write about? And big part of my life recently has been that my house burnt down 2 years ago. We were actually in my new
Oh,
rebuilt house. I wasn't. This is the first time I've got to live in it because it got completed after I'd already moved out to college. But he was,
wow.
and let's start with a song about your house, kind of deal. And it started off with that, and then by the time we get to the second verse, we were like, okay, I could use some rain. We could use this in, like, it could be, you could have used some rain whenever your house was burning down, but you could use some rain like if you're going through a drought in a relationship. So he came up more with that second part of the song.
Awesome.
That first part we was what we were trying really to hit hard on.
Yeah.
So it just
Wow.
became the whole thing. And then he has a whole home recording studio that he records most of his guitar and drum tracks from. And he brought me there and he was like, hey, you got to have something to show for coming to Nashville. So we ended up doing it, and he did everything on the song except for the vocals.
Wow. In case you don't know how incredibly blessed you are to have had that opportunity.
It was
Wow.
an amazing experience.
Golly, not many people can say that. I mean, you were at the right place at the right time. You knew the right people, and that is incredible, man. That is just so cool. So see, with people like that already helping you and backing you, and he took you around to all the studios. I've never even been to Nashville, so you got an amazing
And
opportunity.
he actually took me into some of the bigger like studios, like in Music Row and Music Square there, where most of your bigger, huge labels kind of deals are. The ones that are still able to afford a spot in that area because
Yes,
it's so expensive around there.
I
He
bet.
he took me in, and out in the front of them they have like their number ones that have been produced in the past year on big banners, like some of your bigger ones. Whoever has Luke Combs, it's like Luke Combs just had this go number one on radio, just had this number one go streams, and then has all the number ones on just banners on the buildings out on the streets. And the one we went into had Kenny Chesney on it. He
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
Chesney, he was like, I just did some demos for him. And I was like,
He
oh,
did demos for
whoa.
Kenny. Like it's no big deal for him. And you're like, oh my God, we're talking about Kenny Chesney. We're
That is
talking
the
about big country people. And I always say that too. They're just people. But then again, God, just the thought that
yeah.
he's able to work directly with them and to have those type of connections, that's incredible. That is such a leg up in the industry because I've talked to so many people and hardly ever, in fact, never that I know of. I know of one of my acquaintances that knows someone in Nashville, but I've never talked to anyone that has a direct connection. So that's amazing,
Yeah,
Cole.
crazy. And I didn't really like expect just a whole lot because I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, he'll show me around. This will happen. But he's going to be a very good connection for me for a long time. And he showed
Yes.
studios, and we went in there, and he was like, this specific studio is where a lot of the big Texas artists, they'll come and record in Nashville because Nashville is probably the most efficient music city in the world.
Yeah,
They have musicians in the world there, and they can get 10 songs recorded in half a day, is what he explained to me.
I believe
His
it.
main big time albums, he was like, it's 6 hours, they're done.
Yeah,
That
because they're shooting out so many songs at a time. They're just so
Yep.
professional. I just want to read this real quick. Miss Melba said, "I put another order on your messenger, but don't know what color T-shirt to get." Melba, you're so sweet. I just love you. I appreciate. I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry, Cole, but I appreciate your support so much. I appreciate everyone's support because we need people's support in order to keep bringing you these amazingly talented people. With support like yours, we can keep going and going till God knows when, till I can't go no more. Wow, Cole, what a cool experience. I mean, honestly, I hope that when you went to bed that night, you said your prayers and said thank you for that experience because wow, that's
Whenever
amazing.
it was kind of like a starstruck moment whenever I
Yeah.
got after that because it was still my spring break. And my parents were like, we know it went well, but like, tell us about it. And I was like, I can't even explain it to you. Like, it's just like, it was the
Yeah.
perfect thing that I needed at that time.
Wow, and it was almost like your little guardian angel just giving
Yeah.
you encouragement and to write a song with you. Oh my God. I was asking Cole a while ago if he knew who Bernie Nelson was. Cole, you should look up that name when we get off of here, okay? Because I didn't have any idea who he was. And my husband kept saying, "Who is this guy that keeps popping up on our Facebook? His name is Bernie Nelson." I had no idea. So I sent him a friend request. And then after that, for some reason, we looked him up because I was like, because I always look up someone. He had a picture of a guitar with a guitar in his hand. So I knew he was a guitarist or a singer or something.
Yeah.
And when I looked him up, I was like, what? He accepted my friend and he was going to come on the show, but then he canceled. So I think when we get bigger, because he's waiting for us to get bigger, I'm hoping. When he agreed to come on the show, I was like a little girl. I was like, oh my God, do you realize that Bernie Nelson, he's big. He's really big. I'm telling you.
That sounds very familiar. I'll definitely have to look it up.
Yes. Yeah, and he lives up near New Braunfels, somewhere near that area. I forgot where. He's got a big ranch, and he has people come out for the weekend at Bernie's. It's a big man. I wish I could afford to do it, and it's like I forgot how many thousands, but you get to co-write a song with him, which is enormous, enormous.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's enormous. I'm telling you, he's had so many hits.
Man, that name sounds awfully familiar.
If you look him up, you'll see who he's written for, and I'm just like blown away. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I just saw his post just a few minutes ago again because he still does music and writes, but he doesn't do it as much.
Yeah.
But he also does a show on Thursdays, in fact, where what is it called? I forgot already. Where it's almost like he's a preacher and he's talking to the audience. It's really uplifting. He does a really good job. And then he does the shows. He just helps singer songwriters, and it's just. I was like, wow. I mean, I would love to have him on the show. You know what? That's gonna be my my
goal.
level. Like if I get Bernie Nelson, we finally not that you're not amazing, but I'm just like, oh my God, if we could get him. So let's just keep praying that happens because I think that it will. If we keep going forward. So man, how cool. I can't wait to hear this song. So I'm sorry about your house burning, but I'm so grateful that y'all got it rebuilt and everything. And
made it out of.
Yeah, nobody was hurt. Thank God.
Nobody was hurt. No dogs or anything. No pets or anything. It was a total loss on the house, but we've been fine.
Thank God. And that must have been very traumatic. I can't even imagine. My
It
sister,
was for a while.
my older sister, they lost their house, and I remember they lost everything. And wow, I'm just glad that nobody was hurt, and you're back to somewhat of normal life. And
the normal now, and it's almost weird that it's normal now. I'm like,
how can it be normal, right?
Or it's over 2 years ago that it happened, and I'm like, through COVID and everything, I'm like, man, it feels like it wasn't. Some days it feels like it was just a couple months ago, and then some days I'm like, man, it really was only 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, with so much we've had going on. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? COVID really it feels like it added extra years to all of our lives, a lot more gray. But there was good that came out of COVID. I hate to say it, but there was good because I've talked to so many singer-songwriters that did not really pursue their passion until COVID hit because they were stuck in the house. You know, a lot of them did their own albums, started writing, started playing. And I'm hearing that from people all over the world. And
there's a lot of people that got much bigger through streaming and everything because home and they were just finding new artists and everything.
Absolutely.
So not only did a lot of people start following their passion, a lot of people got to where they got heard by others. Instead of just a few hundred streams by their friends and family, they get found and put on a playlist that gets some thousands of streams.
I know. It really changed. It really did. Because of that, I think it changed the history of music because now, I mean, it already was, you know, they kind of, the CD era is kind of gone, which is sad. Because singer-songwriters lose revenue from that. Yeah. And I know when you're streaming to just the platforms, you don't get very much money at all. So it really hurt the singer-songwriters as well. But your main source of income, I'm sure, is from your gigs, you know, still from your shows. Yeah, yeah.
So what I've been by some of the guys I've got to meet and talk to, especially like Joey and a few other people that I've got to talk to here and there, but most of their revenue comes from their merchandise and their shows.
Yeah.
Because one stream on a streaming platform is only going to get you about a quarter to a half a cent per stream.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I mean, because, you know, back in the day, you could sell your CDs everywhere. Do what?
You
I'm
can,
sorry, you cut up.
you can make $9 profit off of every CD sale.
Yeah, that's much better. Much better. I tell you what, my friend has done. Hi, Patrick. How are you? My friend has, she has them on her website. I highly recommend it because she says if you have them on your website, like if you had ColeStevensMusic.com, I'm not sure if you do. I
I
think you do. You do. Put them on your website and have people be able to download them from there because you get more of a profit that way. She said she makes more money when people download them from there. So that's a
yeah.
little good piece of advice because you have to be able to make money to pay for your gas, especially the gas. My God, the gas is so good. So good to see you, Patrick. It's been a long time. So this is Cole Stevens I'm talking to. He is from Nacogdoches, and we're about to hear his first song. He's got a couple of great songs that he's written. This one he co-wrote with, now what is the guy's name you co-wrote with again? I'm sorry. I don't know why you're cutting up. What's his name?
Peppered.
You're cutting up. I got Pepper, but that's all I got.
Spence Peppered.
Spence Pepper. I'm gonna write it down. Spence Pepper. Well,
Pepper.
Spence, if you're listening, Pepper.
Peppered, like it's pepper with a D. Like,
oh, peppered. Okay, I got you. Well, Spence, if you're listening, thank you so much for helping Cole with this song and for making it such a beautiful song. I think y'all did a great job. And for taking him under your wing and helping him. If you're listening, if you are, thank you. Thank you for being such an awesome person and helping him like that. I know everybody would love to be that lucky. God bless you for doing that. So let's hear this first song. Are you ready, Cole?
I am.
I'm so excited. So this is called I Could Use Some Rain, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we have a video for it. Let's get it up here. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cole Stevens. I Could Use Some Rain. Here we go. And I'm going to mute my volume.
Father coming, quite a commotion, smoke pouring in. I watch my world go up in flames, childhood memories gone in a blaze. Lord, all the times I pray, keep those clouds away. I could use some rain. Third of November, we said I knew. Bluebird sky, honeymoon. 3 kids later, they've all got her eyes, but that fire's not burning mine. Lord, all the times I pray to wash this drought away. I could use some rain. I need breath when there's no one around. I need an exit when there's no way out. I need to see the good, but I don't think I can right now. Not now. Midnight storming, little footsteps walk by. I guess promise of blessings I prayed for was poured out the whole time.
Wow. Cole, that's a beautiful song. It really is. And I love the story, how it progresses. It's a great song. It really is. Let's show him some love, ladies and gentlemen. Hearts were flying over here on the Facebook. Unfortunately, on our Restream program, you can't use hearts. I'm like, why did they not put hearts on there? They'd be flying. Yes, Sarah says sounds good. I love that song. It's so beautiful. So how many downloads do you have right now of it? I'm just curious. Do you know?
How many what?
How many downloads or streams do you have of it right now?
Right now on that song, I know I have 16,000 on Spotify, and then I have another 4 or 5 on Apple Music.
Wow.
So that one that made a few other playlists. That the other song, my voice doesn't sound near as good. I was sick when I recorded it, kind of deal.
Oh.
It's not as professionally produced kind of deal because I did it with a different person a long time ago. It was not this summer, but the past summer.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of streams. 16,000 plus. That's a lot. Think about that. That's a lot. Have you stopped and thought, what? I didn't. Are you like shocked? Because that's a lot.
Ocean and everything. That's why I honestly, Spence and a few other of the guys that I've worked with and done stuff with have been really invested because they were like, man, I know people that are huge now that on their first go around with no promotion or anything, they didn't do quite that well.
Yes.
So it's encouraging to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes back to what I said. You have the sound, you have the look, and you have the style that people like. That's what's in right now. That's why people are just, man, they love that sound. And I agree. I think it's awesome. I think your voice is here and now and relevant and just so crisp and new. I don't know how to describe it. I just really like your sound. I really, really do. What y'all think of that song? I know Sarah says sounds good. Thank you so much again for everyone who's joined us. Don't forget to share some love. I always like when somebody goes back that's been on our show to see hearts flying everywhere. Just because, why not? After all, we're all about sharing love and trying to share the joy of music because music is joyful. Even if it's even if it's a sad song, it's still joyful to be able to sing. And
a lot of things on different social media, and it's like I can be as happy as can be and listen to the saddest song and still be happy.
Yeah, you're right.
The music brings you joy.
Absolutely. I love the sound of music. And how long have you been playing guitar? I forgot to ask you that.
So I tried when I was really young. My brother is honestly, I would say a piano savant. He's amazing at it.
Wow.
Doing piano his entire life. He's in dental school now. He's not doing anything with piano, but he's incredible at it. And they tried to do the thing with me in guitar, but that didn't work out. So I ended up going back to it sophomore year when my friend was like, hey, you want to start learning guitar with me?
Well, maybe it's because it's something that you wanted to do. Maybe sometimes it's best just to let the kids go and let them figure out what they want to do. Wow. Well, I know I wonder if I'm sure your mom is on here. I bet you your parents are so proud. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I love it when I get younger people on here because it's almost like you're my adopted son now. Good job, Cole. Wait, my thumb. There it is. The camera's way over there. I'm so proud of you. That's a big deal. Gosh. That is so exciting. And you've got such a long career ahead of you. Gosh, I can't wait to see where it takes you next because I have a good feeling about you. I really, really do. And I want to hear your other song. Your other song, I love the title because when even here at our house, my husband and I, we used to sit outside a lot and we'd build a bonfire. And even though we're not supposed to, but we did it anyway, we'd build a bonfire and just enjoy the outside the fire, just relaxing, peaceful. So your next song is called Bonfire. Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's not as peaceful and relaxing. Really, Bonfire was the first song I ever wrote. Okay. So pretty much it's just about the group of friends I had in high school. I had a real troubling time early in high school with friends, and then I got back with my friends that are more considered. I've always been country, but they're more of like most of them you would consider a redneck kind of deal.
Okay, okay.
So we would always do bonfires and stuff, and we
Yeah.
all got our trucks around, and we're always calling girls to come and have a good.
Literally a country song.
Like I want to write a song about us.
Yeah. And that's what you did with Bonfire. I'm excited to hear it. Are y'all ready to hear this song? I'm super excited because anytime young people get together, man, usually it's okay, but sometimes you're just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what are those kids doing now? But there's always music involved. Almost always, isn't there? Always music. There may be other things involved, but there's always music. So let's listen to that. Are y'all ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let's check it out. This is Cole Stevens and Bonfire. I'm so excited. Let me get back to where I need to go. I got so excited talking, I forgot to go over there. Here we go. Here we go, Cole.
In this part of Texas, there ain't nothing much to do but sit around the bonfire, sipping on a little booze. It's where all the pretty women choose to spend their night. So all the boys follow, hope it ain't a waste of time. All the guys can show off their jacked up trucks. Maybe tell a funny joke or make that one girl blush. All hell just broke loose, you can see it in his eyes. So get out the boxing gloves, there's gonna be a fight. It's all around the bonfire, it's where we make a mark. So go and tell the whole wide world it's going down after dark. Swapping old stories, make yourself sound cool. Someone get the gasoline, it's gonna be one for the books. The best memories made here, it's hard to leave, am I right? See it for yourself, just come out tonight. It's all around the bonfire, it's where we make a mark. So go and tell the whole wide world it's going down after dark. Cause in this part of Texas, there ain't nothing much to do but sit around the bonfire, sipping on a little booze.
Wow. I like that a lot. I like the ending. I like that. Was that you playing the guitar?
That was me playing the acoustic guitar there at the end.
I
A good
liked it.
He plays for a good buddy of mine, Drew Middlebrook. He plays for Wynn Williams. He used to play for Joey Greer, lead electric guitar, and he did all on that.
I like the song. I like the song a lot. I mean, that I can see somebody big. If you ever wanted to get it recorded, I can see somebody big wanting to pick that up because it's typical. Sitting around
Yeah.
the bonfire. I mean, it's got a good sound. It's something that I would love to listen to sitting around the bonfire. What is it that you were saying? You were sipping what? What is it? Did you sip?
A little booze.
Sipping a little booze. Okay, okay. And then the girls, it's perfect. It's just perfect. It talks about everything that you need to have fun
Yep.
on a Friday night bonfire. I liked it. I really did like it. It's got a good sound. You got a lot of talent, Cole. You really, really do. You got more songs that you're working on right now?
I got a few more. So I've written probably, I have 6 finished now. I need to so in June, I'm planning on going back to Nashville and recording 6 to 8 more songs with Spence.
Wow.
Slow release. I'm going to do 2 or 3 before and then release an EP. But, and he knows promoters. Because he's worked with, some Texas country guys like Chris Colson and Colby Cooper, if you know who they are.
I'm not familiar, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm sure they're big, big names.
Like the Texas country music scene kind of deal. And he knows their promoters and everything. And he said he would actually get them to contact me on this.
Oh my gosh.
It's less of he was just helping me out kind of deal in the beginning. And now he's like, he kind of saw how the songs did. He was like, hey, I want my name to be attached to it. I want you to do well with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you're getting those kind of streams, that's a big deal. He's like, wait a minute. I thought I was just helping out this kid. And now this kid is doing better than probably I've ever done. This is crazy. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. I can see why he'd do that. He believes in you and he knows you have potential. He hears it, he sees it. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, as they say, you know. Speaking of pudding, I've got a couple of things I need to do. I've got to play a quick word from our sponsor. They don't have pudding. I don't think they have pudding, but now I want some pudding. God, I want pudding on top of my M&Ms. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to have you hear a short word from our sponsor, Scores Bar and Grill, right here in Beeville, Texas. If you're ever in Beeville, and same for you, Cole, if you ever get a chance to come to Beeville, check them out because they do have live music there occasionally. It's a great, nice little relaxing atmosphere. I really like it. They're having a special treat. Let me play that real quick. We'll be right back.
School's out for the summer, and area teacher Scores would like to offer a great day out for all of you guys. For all of your hard work this year, they are offering Teacher Appreciation Day on Thursday, May the 26th. They're going to have lunch specials, happy hour, free pool, and music by DJ Dub. All of the festivities kick off at noon, so come on down to Scores and enjoy a nice cold beverage in a nice, cool atmosphere.
All right, a nice cool atmosphere. They just got their AC fixed. And it is hot here in Beeville. I bet it's really hot there too in Nacogdoches, right?
Past couple and a half, it's been 95 plus every day.
Exactly. I'm like, this is only May. We are going to melt. We are going to melt if it keeps getting hot. Oh my gosh. So I also have something else real quick, Cole. Just 2 little things. I just want to let everybody know, for those of you who don't know, I finally got the website finished, and this is a neat place where you can go and find everything in one spot. In fact, Cole's show, that would be a tongue twister. The show right now is streaming live right now on our website, and it is carolinscorner.live. Check this out just real quick. Make sure you mark it down. Write it down, folks. It's got the last 5 episodes of the podcast on there. It's got some pictures of us. It's got all kinds of information about our merchandise, etc., etc. I put as much as I could on there for a novice. Here we go. All right. Oops. Who put me in charge of clicking the buttons, Cole? I told my husband that so many times. I'm like, whose idea was it to put me in charge of the buttons? Because I normally have a co-host and I'm controlling it. So he says, I better be nice to you. You'll just put me in the waiting room. And I said, yeah, whose idea was it? Because sometimes I get click happy and I click it too many times. Man, Cole, so do you want to give any shout outs to any of your family, friends, or anyone that's watching? Please do. Now is your chance. Tell whoever you want hello and say whatever you want.
I'm not sure who's watching. I don't know how you even see that on here.
Well, I can tell you some of the names I see. I see a Regina Puentes. Does that sound familiar? Okay. No. Barbara Clay, Lynn's Langley. Now, they may be on your Facebook. Melba, Patrick. I'm showing 14. I'm sure we have more than that because that's only showing from some of the sites. We've also got people viewing. Last night we had for the first time someone commented from our Twitch channel. And if anybody is on Twitch, please let me know because this is embarrassing. But I lost my password to Twitch. I don't know how to get back on there. So if anything happens on Twitch, I won't know about it. So if you're on Twitch, say, hey, it's still going. Carolyn's Corner is still on Twitch. I have too many places, Cole. I can't keep up with all of them.
Hard to keep up with a lot of stuff.
It
But
is.
if my parents are on here, I just like to tell them thank you because they've, it's hard to have parents these days support you in whatever you do. And I'm in college too, and it's hard to be between this and that and doing a whole bunch of stuff. And through the whole process, I will say at the beginning, before I ever released music on any platforms, they were kind of like, are you sure you want to do this?
Right.
Are you sure you want to even pursue this kind of deal? Like, it would be cool to do it for fun, but would you want to even attempt it at a living? But now that I've released stuff, they're kind of full, like, yeah, like, we're out with this. Like, we're into it kind of a deal.
Well, of course, your parents only want the best for you. What are you studying at college? What are you majoring in?
Right now, I'm just doing business. I'm just doing marketing and management.
Okay.
My idea behind doing that is that if I wasn't able to make it as an artist, I would still like to be in the whole music world, and marketing management are the two things that I would be interested in the music world because I'm not getting a production degree or anything. So, yeah.
That is very smart, and that's exactly what you should do. We have a good friend of ours, and he's always saying, make sure you stay in school. Don't quit your day job.
Yep.
Because he's been doing this for years, but he plays a different genre of music. He plays more of the piano and laid back. And poor guy, I mean, he's got so many songs. Anthony Prezio, I just love him. I think he's absolutely fabulous. He's in New York. And when my husband and I hear him, I'm like, wow, he's just so good. He's been doing it his whole life. But the one thing he said is don't quit your day job,
Yep.
because especially with the digital era, it makes it hard to really make a living. You got to really be out there hustling, hitting the pavement.
Pretty big time to make it a living.
Absolutely. But it's not that it cannot be done because people are doing it. And I believe that you can do it because you're young, you have the ambition, you have the ability, you have the sound, on and on. You have everything that you need to do it. So if you just keep going down that road that you're headed, I believe that you're going to have a lot of success. I really do. And I'll do anything I can, whatever little bit that is, to help you along the way. Anytime I get a chance, I know you're all the way in Nacogdoches. It's a long drive. But if I get a big opportunity for you, I'm going to say, hey, Cole, get over here.
It's a long drive, but it's not too long of a drive.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
What
I know. I've driven it. Well, I used to live in Waco, of course, and I drove back and forth for years. So I know it's a pretty good drive, but it would be worth it if it was a good enough option or opportunity for you. And I'm going to keep pursuing those opportunities for you any chance I get. I try to do that with so many of our singers that have been on here, singer-songwriters, some more than others, because if I know someone is serious about making it their living, there's a big difference there. There is a big difference there. So I'm going to do whatever I can on my part. So I don't know what that includes, but what I'd like to encourage you to do is please
take anything I can get.
Yes, absolutely. And please do me a favor. Keep sharing your locations, your live shows, anything like that. Share it with me on my Facebook and I'll share it. And that way people can get, oh, he's here now. Oh, he's here now. Because I want to see how you're progressing as time goes on. And maybe we'll have you back on when you release some more songs. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love to take this journey kind of with you. I'd be in the back seat. Hey, Cole. I try not to be a backseat driver. Slow down. Slow down. Never slow down. Keep moving forward. I'm so proud of you. And I really, really am. And I know your sound is good. And the first time I heard you, you can ask my husband, there's very few people that I did that with. But when I heard you, I put a highlighter on the corner and I put pro. And I don't do that for very many because that was my way of saying this guy's got it. So I believe in you. I do. I believe in you for whatever reason. Sometimes I just get a feeling. I'm like, this guy's. So keep writing those kind of songs. Write some more songs. Get some good songs just like you did. I can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to download them and share them with the world for you. Well, my little corner of the world. That's what we call it. Our corner of the world, Carolyn's Corner. And yeah, it's really awesome. And if you would like me to, I don't see why not. But if you don't, let me know. I will take your songs on maybe not this Monday, maybe the next Monday, and download them into the radio stations. system. It's not a huge station, but you can stream it from anywhere in the world. It's KRXB 1071krxb.com. And at least you maybe get some radio play, if you're registered appropriately and all that.
I'll take anything.
Absolutely.
Any help at all, no matter how big, how small, is still help.
Yeah, absolutely. It all counts. Even if, the way I look at it, even if one more person hears your song over here on the radio, they may say, "Who is that?"
Yeah, you never know who the person will be.
That is so true. And we're starting to try to play more original songs from our guests on our radio show, like feature only them. We're not even playing for the most part I should say regular, but you know what I mean, mainstream music. Yeah. We're like, no, we want to feature all these guys. We've had so many talented people. It's like, we don't even need to play the other music. We'll just play y'all stuff. Y'all are so good. We'll have it's like our own little variety show every single Monday night. So any chance you get to tune in on Mondays at 7:30, please do. We try to go Facebook Live, even though Facebook keeps kicking us off. Oh, it's a battle. It's a battle. They keep saying it's copyrighted. I'm like, no, but that's the singer. That's the owner.
Yeah.
I don't know how to avoid it. So we just keep fighting, putting up the good fight, So in the meantime, I wish you nothing but the best. I really do. Did you have anything else you wanted to say to anybody that may be listening, watching?
Man, just for anyone listening, watching, I got a Facebook. It's Cole Stevens Music. I have an Instagram. It's the Cole Stevens, like THE and then Cole Stevens. And Stevens is spelled with a PH, not a V.
Good, okay.
If you have TikTok, I have a TikTok as well. I'm going to start posting more on that. There's been a bunch of people blow up on TikTok.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll have to say the guy that I opened for, Joey Greer, up until a year ago, he only had about almost like 1 million streams on streaming services.
Wow.
And he had 3 or 4 videos blow up on TikTok, and he went to 2 million like 3 months ago, and now just a few days ago he posted it and he was at 10 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I finally opened a TikTok account, Cole. It's funny. It is, but you know what? I don't know why I'm getting so much interference. What I've noticed is, you get a lot more people, a lot more traffic through there. But I'm just trying to learn. I wish I could live stream to TikTok, but they don't let you because it's only 10 minutes. I think they changed it to 10 minutes. And I'm like, man, if they would, because I've got to check me out, of course,
Yeah.
Your commercial is on TikTok, and I'm trying to at least put the commercials up there. I don't know. I mean, hey, at least some people are seeing them. That's the way I'm looking at it. And it may be somebody that's not seeing my Facebook. So I'm trying to take advantage of every opportunity I can, every location. Like, here, we're going to go there. We're going to jump in the deep end there, because I didn't do the TikTok thing for. It's a big joke with us because I didn't know how to TikTok. And now, anyway, it's hilarious.
TikTok had been a thing for like 2 years, and I'd seen people getting big on music. And it was whenever I was like first starting to write my own songs, and I was like, okay, I'll put out a few things on TikTok. And they did. Yeah. Decently well, better than I expected it, kind of deal. 100 likes kind of deal, and a few thousand views. And I was like, hey,
that's pretty good.
Me, that's better than
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think it's just because it's the thing, and everybody's watching it, and it's got a lot more traffic. Because I put a picture on there with some music. And I have like 400 likes, and I'm like, what? I have 400 likes. I said, okay, there must be billions of people on this thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm trying to figure out a way to get more. I can't really put the show on TikTok because it's too long. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. If you have any ideas, let me know, because I'm not really good with technology. I'm trying to learn all this stuff. It is
I'm not good at technology, and I'm just out of high school a year ago, and I'm not good with technology.
Yeah, you should be the one that's an expert, Cole. Well, I thought about putting a link to the website on there. Maybe that would be our best bet.
Yeah, that might.
If I could find the link. I just, I'm learning, honestly. I know it sounds funny. Anybody else you want to shout out to or say before we go? We're going to cut it down early tonight. Because Cole only had the 2 songs, which is fine. I love the 2 songs. I can't wait for you to bring more songs that come on again. I really keep writing like that. That's some good stuff.
If Spence happens to see this, I just want to let him know how thankful I am for him taking me around and the opportunity that has grown so much out of him. Just
Yeah.
you should come up to Nashville.
It's an amazing opportunity. Yeah, thank you, Spence. If you're out there, thank you. What a blessing you are. And you can reach me at carolinscorner.live. No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's so awesome. It really is, Cole. I'm so happy for you. You just keep moving forward. Keep your eye on the prize. And I'm proud of you going to college, doing all this. You're gonna I know you're making your parents proud. I'm so proud of you myself. I hope you take
I
well.
hope I am.
I know. I hope so too. I can't imagine you not. I mean, you're doing everything that a parent would want. You're trying to be happy, successful, go to school, get a
Trying
career.
to do what I love.
Yes, that is the big thing. If you find something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's the
And I've-
truth. It's not like a job. It's
So
something
many-
you love. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I love doing this so much. I really love doing it because I'm like, this is what I love. This is what I think I'm supposed to be doing. So it's not like
Yeah.
working. It's like, oh, I get to go hang out and talk to new
Yeah.
people. I love it.
Cool. It's a fun thing.
It really is a fun thing. And
Boy, it's not like, hey, I have to go do that. It's I want to go do it.
I know exactly. And please, like I said, keep us posted by posting where you're going to play it, because any chance I get, who knows, I may just show up and say, "Hey, Cole," that would be something.
Hey,
It's a long drive.
Be awesome.
It would be so cool. I may do that one day. One of these days, I may get an inkling and just say, "Let's go." If my husband, he's working a lot, but I would love to do that, because I'd make a round robin and go see you and go see Ethan and them, and then go see whoever else is in that area, and then head back home. It would be a fun weekend. It really would be. But in the meantime, you take care of yourself, Cole, and thank you so much for
will.
being here.
Thank you so much for having me on.
You are so welcome, honey, and God bless you, and I hope you continued success in everything you do.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to hearing back from you soon, okay? Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
will.
thank you so much for joining us here on Carolyn's Corner Live. I hope you had as much fun as I did. We stole this from somebody. There's a game show network that was on, and it said, if you had half as much fun as we did, then we had twice as much fun as you. What was her name? Jane Lynch. Sorry, Jane
Yep.
Lynch. Hope it's not. It's probably copyrighted and I'll get sued, but that's okay.
Who knows?
Y'all take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. Remember, do a kind deed if you can. Just treat each other with kindness, because love makes the world go round. It really does. Kindness goes so far. And we can make a change one little corner at a time. That's what we're trying to do here at Carolyn's Corner, and we can all together. So God bless you all. We'll talk to y'all later. Cole, take care, sweetheart.
I will. You take care as well.
Thank you, honey. Good night.